The time has finally came to do the one Star Wars build for the month of July. And if you watch my vlog videos, you already know that today we are doing the Gunship. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Bricks and Toys. My name is Brandon and today I am here with the Republic Gunship. This is set number 75309, coming in at 3,292 pieces. So this is a set that I was really torn about. I want to collect as many Star Wars sets as I possibly can. I would like to collect them while they're still being sold, but some things are really tough to justify, and this set is definitely one of them. It is a $400 set that comes out to a price per piece of about 12.2 cents. It does feature a only in this set minifig of Mace Windu, but when you really think about it, does that really justify the $400 price tag? It really doesn't. Another thing about this set is it's pretty empty inside. And if you watch the Clone Wars, what I believe is to transfer the troops from one to another planet, site, or whatever you want to call it. So with that being said, the interior is made to be empty. It's made to haul passengers. So when you think about it, you're literally paying $400 for an empty box with some wings. And is it really worth it? But like I said, I want to collect as many Star Wars things as possible with Lego. But I want to do it before they become retired and stupid expensive, like a lot of things are. And that's how a lot of UCS sets have gone. I would like to get a transport shuttle. I would like to get a TIE fighter. And hell, I would love to do the Death Star. But those things are really expensive because they are retired and UCS. So where does that leave me with this set? Well, I'm going to tell you. What I ended up doing is, upon all of the Lego purchases that we make to make these videos, I decided to save my points. And what I did is I got down to the point to where this set only costed me about $100 out of pocket. So through all of the builds that you guys have been watching and enjoying on the channel, all of those builds were saving VIP points, taking advantage of double VIP days, and all of that good stuff with Lego, so we can make this happen. I do know we spent a lot of money in Lego, but we got a ton of sets that we love, we display, and we adore. And as a result, we made a ton of wonderful YouTube videos out of all of those sets. And then the cherry on top of the cake is we have the UCS Republic Gunship for only $100 after all of the points got added up. And that to me is a perfect price for a set that's so hard to justify. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's move into our grading system and our unboxing. Now, like I've been saying 100 freaking times, I am displaced because of the heat and we are in a temporary filming location. So with that, I don't really have a proper place to pour this set out onto. So part of the unboxing is just going to be me going inside of the box and getting the books and kind of taking a peek in there and letting you know what I find. Not a really good pour, and I'm sorry for that, but you got to thank the heat here in Vegas. It's not fun. So we start off with the box design, and overall it's a black box, says Republic Gunship Star Wars, has the Star Wars logo, has the Disney logo, has the UCS logo, and it has the ship smack dab in the middle of it. And overall, it looks like a pretty good box. And when you look at this box, you can see the empty interior that I talk about. And like I understand, there's not much of an interior in a transport type ship, so you can't expect much. And that's what makes this set hard, is you see this set, you're like, wow, Clone Wars, awesome. But then you see that empty interior on the box and you're kind of like, $400? What are you paying for? Because there's not nothing on the inside really. So where's all the detail? With, you know, $850 for a Millennium Falcon, you see all the greebling and the interior detail that they could work in around the Technic chassis. But with this, for half that price, you're kind of like, where? Like, so it does expose the dirty secret of this set, that you are paying a 12.2 cent per piece average, and that it is on the higher side, and you're not getting a whole lot right there on the box. So I've gone over this in the Lego store, and I've made my decision on this set because of this in a Lego store, and I've walked away from this set to go save points to do it on another day because of all of these things on the box. And for that, I'm going to give the box a straight 6. Not off to a good start here with this set. Now, I want to be clear. I'm being honest with myself to you guys on my interpretations of this set. I'm not a blind fool that goes and runs off because he's got his eyes on a $400 Clone Wars Republic gunship. I need to be logical with every single thing I do, and that empty interior is just like, where is the money on this set? You see it with the Falcon, you see it with the X-Wing, you see it on the Speeder, you see it on so many sets, but on this one, you just don't see where the money is. So now let's go ahead, let's move into packaging, and let's take a look at the packaging and how this is done. Like we normally expect, we're going to have 2 slices of tape, and we are greeted with the traditional big ass white box. That's the half of the build. So let's set that aside and let's just take a look inside. Of course, we got a lot of tan, white, gray elements and that nice red color. So I do want to say the bottom half of the build does look to be in the bottom of the box, which means the first half is likely in the white box. I did want to point out that I just randomly reached in and grabbed the extra bag of parts. You can see those dome elements, and unfortunately I've heard that these elements can be quite pricey to replace, and I guess that's another part of the cost of the Republic gunship. And they're not in any sort of paper, plastic, they're literally thrown in all together with the display plaque. And having built over 250 sets at this point, this clear plastic scratch is very easy, and I'm getting kind of tired of seeing Lego go down this road of not wrapping their clear plastics in something, so at least we have a fresh, clear windscreen or whatever we need in our Lego set, like we got with the Luke's Land Speeder. That was wrapped in double plastic, thus keeping it clean and fresh. And I really hope Lego remedies this further down the road. And so then we go into our smaller white box, and right off the top I see a bag 1, I see some rods, and I see a book. And this being a 2021 set, which leads me into my next point. This set did come out in 2021, and it is destined to retire in 2023, which is another reason that I am here doing this set with you all today, is because, like I said earlier in the video, I don't want to change my mind about this set and have to pay more than the already overpriced $400 for this set when it retires. This is a definite one that's going to be going. So we are greeted by the UCS plaque sticker. That's completely normal at this point. This was the first year where they actually gave us a printed element with the X-Wing, so that's to be expected. We do have about 18 stickers. Some are double on the sheet, so that's not too shabby. Book smells about right. It smells nice. It is of a good size. It is really thick. Does have the typical Star Wars stuff in the beginning. We are looking at 915 building steps, and 533 pages, so not too shabby. And far as the bags go, looks like it's broken up into so far 3. So it's broken up into about 5 building steps, 4 big ones and 1 small one to make the stand. And we are looking at a total of 17 bags. 17 bags for over 3,000 pieces is kind of not enough. I would expect maybe about 20, 22, but that is all good. So overall, it should be super easy to break this down and schedule it so it's not too intense to get it done all at once. And I'm excited to get into it and have another UCS Star Wars set in the collection. So considering the windows and the packaging and everything, the packaging is broken up in upper half in the white box, the lower half of the build in the actual box. The stickers are in the plastic sheet with the book and wrapped in nice and tight plastic. Considering that, along with the windows not being protected, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this packaging score a 7, because I'm not going to keep playing nice with Lego if they're not going to start protecting these windows. I don't like spending the money that I do on Lego and having scratched windows. It is not Gucci at all. So with that, let's go ahead and do what we do best. Let's get to the time lapse and let's get this thing built and get it hammered out. And we'll be back at my building station for the review. Okay, so now it's the review segment of the Republic Gunship, or as I like to call it, the chunk of overpriced plastic. But we'll talk about that here in a moment. So there's not a lot of features to this ship. There are 2 sides, and I'll do my best to show you what everything is on one side, because it just repeats itself again on the other side. So to start with, we do have the information plaque that says all the lovely stuff, Star Wars, Republic Gunship, It says that it was made by Rothana Heavy Engineering. It's a low altitude assault transport. It's a gunship, air-to-ground support. We know. We watched Attack of the Clones. We watched the Clone Wars. We've seen these things a lot in all of that. We do get the minifigs of Mace Windu and a clone trooper. Now, the clone trooper has been used in other sets, but Mace Windu is exclusive to this set. On the front, we do have adjustable turrets on the front, which are really annoying if you have OCD, and you do like to keep those things straight. And then we do have these, I think these are also gun turrets on either side. They don't really open up without falling apart. And we do have 2 cockpit seating areas. Again, they don't really open up unless you want to take apart the ship. So we have multiple areas for either gunners to sit or pilots to sit, but in either situation, if you try to open those areas, you will have to take apart the ship. Same thing goes for here on the wing. You have another place for a gunner or something like it, I'm not exactly sure. And if you try to open up those spots, you will have to take apart the ship. You do have functioning opening doors. I don't get the whole thing because all it does is make the cargo area more accessible. And you can see a couple control panels in there. We'll get more on that here in a minute when we continue our review. Another turret in the back here to shoot. We do have some nice detailing. This set does have a lot of exposed studs, and it does have quite a bit of stickers, but I think I was able to get them all on evenly. Before I take you around, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show you, and there really isn't anything. So let's go ahead and let's take you around the gunship so you can see all the stickers and all of the goodness in detail. So starting off from the back, there's that back detail. There is a door you can open up back here. There's the door. And it just kind of pops closed. Like so. I'm not sure that's even meant to be opened. Here is the detail on the wings. We do have a cool little detail where these do spin simultaneously, which is cool. Unfortunately, there isn't an easier mechanism to make them do anything. And these are some more gun turrets I'm showing you now. Coming down to the front of the ship. You can get an inner look at those cockpit areas. Like I said, you can't really take them apart without breaking them. There's that gun turret or whatever it's called. Then, like I said, you can open the door. You can come in. You can get a look at those control panels and all that area for all that transport for those troops or soldiers or clones, if you want to be 100% exact. Coming onto this side, it's more of the same stuff. Get that wing detail. Again, the door does open. And you get a good look inside. The other turret. Everything just mirrors itself. And then lastly, I did want to get you nice and close to see these minifigs and that plaque. So with that, let's go ahead and let's do our wrap up. Okay, so now it's time to wrap up this video. And let's just go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. I am not wearing glasses. That is apparently obvious. We will talk more about how this happened on my Monday vlog video, where we're going to talk about a whole bunch of other things. So check out my video on Monday for more information on that. So the Republic gunship, where do I stand? Well, now that I've built it, I stand even more so now. on the fact that I'm glad I used my points to buy this, and I paid $100 for this set. Because quite honestly, I still cannot wrap my head around the $400 price tag. There is nothing wrong if you spent $400 on this set because you believed in it. In my personal opinion, I do feel like $400 was way too much for this set. Even more so now that I'm looking at it right here, I'm just trying to wrap my head around if I would have spent all of the $400 on this, where is it? I don't see it. I could see $240 or $50 easy for this because it's about the same factor as the X-Wing that we just got back in May or the year before, the Luke's Landspeeder. $250, $280, maybe $300, but $400 for this? That's crazy. Like, I'm super glad that I didn't pay that much because it's technically, in my opinion, way overpriced. Do I love it? Yes, very much so. My first memories with this ship is watching episode 2 when Mace Windu comes in and saves Anakin and Padme and all of that good stuff, and then beheads Jango Fett, and you know, the Star Wars lore goes on and on and on. And then just recently when I devoured the whole Clone Wars series, you just kept seeing these in the Clone Wars. So I'm extremely fond of the Republic Gunship. So I have no beef whatsoever with the Republic Gunship. I'm happy that we have this set. This is one of only 3 UCS sets that go back to the prequels. The other 2 being a Jedi Starfighter, which is like a bigger version of the one that we got last year, I believe, which is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, and Darth Maul's head and bust. That thing is terrifying. For all you LEGO people out there, you know what I'm talking about. Because when they said that they've only done 3 UCS prequel era sets, I immediately dove in to find out what they were, and when I pulled up Darth Maul, I was like, whoa. Hell no, bro. Straight up. That thing is the thing of nightmare fuel. But the Jedi Starfighter from Obi-Wan is really cool, but we already have the smaller one, and I don't think it's really worth it. So, at least we have a third one, and maybe down the line we'll have more. So, I have no beef, like I said. I love the ship. I have memories of seeing it in the movies, and even more so in the TV show. So don't think that I feel like $400 is a lot for a Republic Gunship. It's not. I just feel like 12.2 cents per piece, you know, they could have came down a little bit. I know that Star Wars tax is really high, but, I mean, at least it's retiring at the end of the year, so if you guys haven't gotten this set yet and you want this set, I'm not going to discourage you from going out and doing it. All I'm going to say is consider saving your points and then doing it, so that way it feels much more justified. Because if I would have spent the $400 on this, I would have been like, I'm walking funny. Ow. But I didn't. You guys know I saved my points, and I'm really happy with it. One unfortunate thing I wanted to point out before we hit the board is while building one of the gun turrets up here, one of the bricks was swapped out with another brick. We got hit with Brickgate, or whatever you want to call it, where we got this nice piece. But technically speaking, this nice piece does not build what we had to build. We needed a 2x2 square with an axle hole through the middle. This is not a 2x2 square with an axle hole through the middle. So they dropped the ball on that. Lucky for me, I have a library of Lego pieces, as you see in my vlog, that's ever growing, and I was able to get that put together right and fixed. That's why you should always have extra Lego laying around, because you never know when Lego's going to drop the ball, and it would suck to have to wait a week to finish the last bag and a half of building the ship. You're right there at the end, and now you got to order a piece. Total bummer. But I had the piece. So let's go ahead and let's get into the board, the build quality. I'm going to tell you, it's plates. It's plates on plates on plates on plates. That's what you're paying the $400 for. It's plates on plates. Like, that to me is crazy. But it does come with its perks on really good build quality. So I am going to give the build quality an 8. The things that could have gave it the extra 2 points is I don't like the way the sliding rear doors work. I don't like it. And I also don't like how the back hatch folds down. You kind of got to pop it through and then it barely holds itself shut. Is it even supposed to open? I don't know. But the way that these doors fit, it had me turn off the camera and do 45 minutes of research to see if I put it together right. And every single time I ran through another theory of what I could have done wrong, I didn't. I didn't do anything wrong. I wasted 45 minutes to an hour of my life troubleshooting fitment on a door that's not supposed to be perfect. That bugs me. I like things flush and fit, and the sliding mechanism on these back doors just don't do it. Part usage, there's really nothing out of the box. There is a lot of nice printed dome elements throughout this set. It is one of the more attractive things, but there is a lot of sticker elements in contrast. But overall part usage is just normal what you see from Lego, and so for that I'm going to give it an 8. Playability, this set is somewhat playable, functionable. It does have the opening doors, but you can't open up any of the gunner pits, the cockpits. You can't really do anything. It's not to minifigure scale, so it's more of a display piece than anything. You build it, set it, and forget it. So the playability, I'm just going to give it a 6. Ease of display, it is super easy to display. I have it on top of a cardboard box that's empty, and it's not even making me sweat. So it's a super easy thing to move around, to put up onto your shelf. You don't really have to worry about it too much. It's built, and it displays nice. Minifigs, it does come with that exclusive Mace Windu minifigure, and I love Mace Windu. Samuel L. Jackson is my guy. I love Pulp Fiction, when the work he's done with Quentin Tarantino, the work he's done with Marvel, and even the work he's done with Star Wars. I love him in everything. And when I noticed that Samuel L. Jackson was in the prequels, I was just like, so I love that minifig. It's exclusive to the set as of right now. Hopefully they don't put it into another one, because that does make them somewhat valuable. So I'm going to give the minifigs a straight up 8. I think that's pretty fair. Availability. This set is available online and in some Lego stores. I know for the last month, my Lego store has not had it, so I'm going to give it a 7. The price, I'm going to give it a 5. I'm not even going to front. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm going to give it a 5. You guys know why. You guys watched up to this point. It's too much. Is the set fun? Well, it would be more fun if you can open up those cockpits and those gunner pits and all of that, but it does have some functioning bits. So for fun, I'm going to give it about a 7. Give it a little bit of a break. So now let's add that up, and we'll get our final score. So what's our total score? 72. It scores 7 points above the cutoff point. And that's exactly how I feel about this set. When I was researching to buy this set, I couldn't help but to think, I really want the set, but I really can't fathom the price. And the more I looked into it, the more the price did not match the set. And so that's why I hatched my elaborate plan to buy a bunch of Lego sets for the channel, make videos over the last few months, save those points, and then put those points towards this and lift that cost a little bit. And if you're looking to do this ship, I suggest the same, and you will enjoy this build. So it's a recommend on the board, and it's a recommend by me, but I think the board and I both can agree that the best way to go about it is to save your points. So for that wraps up this video. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video or you're enjoying the videos that I often release. Don't miss the video on Monday. There is some big announcements about the channel going forward into next month. And always feel free to drop a comment down below on what you think about the Gunship, what you think about the things that I say. I'm always open to talk and always open for discussion. You guys always come through with some really good points that I fail to see because, like I said, I have a little bit of the tism and I don't always think as fast as you guys do. So I always appreciate your comments and your extra opinions. So with that, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a really good one.